you spawn up in the Dark Sanctuary, or Dark Chapel as it's called here. And our runners have started. We are seeing a split and split here of where they start, and we find the Ice Rod in the first cest, which is very cool find so early. And looking at the map tracker here, we see that the 5 and 6 crystals are over in Turtle Rock and Ice Palace. I also saw a green pendant and a normal pendant as well in the light world. So we see Frostbite and Kirito making their way over to Stumpy, where he gives us 300 rupees, which is quite good to be honest, because in the Dark World, there is a lot of ways you need the money. You need it to be able to get bombs for early 6, as well as generally there's a lot of money stuff in the Dark World. But yeah, we also see Ravis and Ilius going along with this bomb gathering here. Yeah. And another 300 from the digging game as well. We are getting a lot of very, very early rupees, which is just wonderful, really. That is the best thing you can hope for. And there's the big key in the first cest of Skull Woods. And we already have a bomb jump here set up from Ilius. And it's the glove. All right, then. We might not be in the Dark World too long with how stuff is going right now. We are gonna see Ravis using the other way to get to the big chest. And Kirito and Frostbite now making their way up for Skull Woods. Okay, so the blue pendant was over in Thief Town and the green pendant was in Mystery. So a lot of very, very cool early sex so far. And a small key there makes sure so they don't have to go through the pinball room, and another one as well. They are very nice set up at the moment. So now that we got the bomb, we are gonna see Ilius moving down to Hype Cave, which tends to be a little bit better when it comes to inverted mode, because of there's not that many checks you can do in the Dark World. And we also saw a heart container on the Bumper Cave. And there we have the cape and the lamp. And some red potion as well. So we're getting a lot of good early items. We already have access to the Dark Death Mountain. And yeah, as someone is pointing out in the chat, we are only one item away from Aga 1 right now with a sword to use against Aga. So when it comes to inverted mode, Aga 1 where Ganon's Tower would be in a normal game, while Aga Inn's Tower is Ganon's Tower in the light world. So yeah, they are quite nicely mixed and matched. So seeing Ilius now doing the stump into the dinging game. And Rave is picking up his cape, lamp, and potion. While Frostbite 3030 and Kirito is making the way through Skull Woods. And yeah, that is also one thing that is also to point out. In inverted mode, there is no barrier. You don't need that one to be able to do Aga 1. However, if you want to do stuff like Super Bunny Cave and stuff like that, then the cape is going to be very useful because you're going to have to get past those Lionels somehow. So you're probably going to see that one being used there instead. There are some other really cool stuff when it comes to Overworld that we will see later on. That I will point out when we see them. But we see that Ravis is already going up the mountain. So Bumper Cave is accessed through the light world when it comes to basically inverted. So if you want to get the bumper ledge item, you have to go into the light world, go through the cave, come to the top, and then you use your cape to be able to get back. To be able to get it. Yeah, in inverted, you also will have to deliver old man just a little further. You have to take it to the light world. So, going up to the top here where the warp tile is set, you can get. And it looks like Frostbite is gonna follow in Ravi's footstep while Ilius is clearing out Wheels of Outcast. Did see another 300 there, so we might have found already all of the 300s and another bottle there in the brewery. And we see that the last pendant is over in Desert, while Ilias is making his way into Steve Town. So a very nice, cool early divergence. And the old man is actually giving us the hook shot. That is a very, very nice find. So that basically gave Ravis a way to actually be able to do hookshot cave before doing Anga 1, which can hold something. It can definitely hold him the Moon Pearl or the Hammer. So we are gonna see Frostbite trying to get up the mountain. Though well, it's dangerous when you're playing inverted because all the enemy stuff like that is not supposed to be up against you when you only have 3 hearts. And we also get a really nice hint there inside Spectacle Rock about the Mimic Cave, basically saying that one is unneeded. And it looks like we have not seen really anything from Chief Town either. And Kirito moving to the back of Skullwoods here to do this middle set. But yeah, hookshot is another item you can use to be able to dodge the Lionels. You can use that one to get some invisibility frames and stuff like that, so they can't damage you. But he is gonna switch out to the cape just to be sure. You only really need to be hit by one of the Lionels' fire, and you are. But yeah, Ilius making his way through the hell hallway. That was a very nice one from by him. The enemies was pretty friendly too. And we learned that there's something. There's a sword inside of Hookshot Cave, which Ravis is right now checking out. And there we have the blue male as well. And Ever. So this last one is a sword then. Oh, Ravis, you forgot what's this? Okay, so I missed that, so thank you, Sat. We need Quake to be able to enter Turtle Rock today. Okay, Super Money came next for Ravis. And we have not seen anything in Steve Town at the moment. And that is a really cool sprite on the Frostbite side. It's fitting for the Hintile sprite. And there we have the mirror. The mirror is gonna get some cool uses once we get to the light world. And with that, this is looking like we are gonna have an Agaseed today, boys and girls. And apparently we find a Moon Pearl somewhere. Why do we find that one? I missed it. Yeah, we are gonna see Ravis making his way over to release of Outcast and Thief Town. So the sprite that Frostbite is using is the hint tile, and the one we see right now is basically the bunny sprite, which is the little sprite of Link when you are reading a Yokin. It looks beautiful. We see Frostbite has now also made his way up the mountain and is currently on his way to go to the right side of Darkdeath Mountain. We see Ilius making his way up there as well. It looks like Kyoto really wants this hint here in Swamp Palace. Okay, there we have the Yoke hint. And we see here Ilius picking up this bush here just to get a little bit extra movement speed, if you're wondering why he's carrying that one. Oh, you want Hawking? The one I can right now think about is Springball is behind Ridley. That is the only one I know and remember. Yeah, Frostbite picking up his mirror. Kirito has made himself gone into a shop. Have Kirito not been to Hype Cave yet? Ilius is gonna get his hint about Mimic Cave. Kirito and Rave is going through Wheels of Outcast and now into Thief Town. Both of them. Looks like Frostbite is gonna start out with that Aga 1 play now. So he's gonna be our first one into the Light World. Now, when it comes to the Light World, there are a few six that you can do as a bunny sprite. Those ones are all the way, because they're mirror, they can make it all the way to Maya set by going to the desert and then using the mirror there to get to the Maya area. And you can also go and do one another six inside Kakuiko as well. And yeah, that's another one. Aim for the eyes of Gumma. Of Gamma. This is basically the first boss in Ocarina of. Yeah, Ilias has made his way now over to Hookshot and Super Bunny. Kyoto taking a death inside Thief Town. I don't think that one was an accident. Okay, it was. I really want to see Kyoto's inventory at the moment. So down here, there are two bushes who gives you a bomb. You only checked one of them. The other one is the one at the very left corner of that one, of that place. So Rave is delivering the maiden. And the hint tile in Aga Tower is some cash is held by someone friendly. So, okay, cool. That could have basically... I consider those ones a yoke tile, to be honest. But yeah, Ravis is gonna be the first one to battle Blind today. And I have not been able to count how many items he found in Safe Town, so we're gonna have to see if there is anything of the. And he gets a heart piece. Not really what he wanted out of that one, but yes, he is the first one to defeat the boss, and it's a blue pendant that rewards him. So guys, I want you guys now in the set guess how many blue balls we're gonna see here in the Ag. We have the first guaranteed one. One blue ball. Ha, 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 ha. Two blue balls. Ha, 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 ha. We have another guaranteed one. The first one after each lightning is guaranteed. 3 blue balls. Ha, 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 ha. 4 blue balls. Ha, 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 ha. 5 blue balls. Ha, ha, ha. So we have another guaranteed one coming up next, and Kirito is now seeking Hype Cape. We see also Ilias doing the Aga 1 play, and Ravis is probably gonna do the same right now. Did Kirito only check the first one? And there he goes, Frost Aga is down. I believe that was 5 blue balls. Yep, it was 5, so congratulations, Crimson Phoenix! You guessed right! But yeah, one thing that we have not talked about that is that because he did Aga 1 here, he now have access to everything up, access to Pod, the Pyramid Ledge, and Catfish, but he really wants to find that Moon Pearl so that he can do some other stuff in here. And it looks like he's setting up the Death Bunny state. Which basically makes so that you don't need a moon pearl to be able to do stuff in the light world. So he will now be able to do all of the 6 here inside of Hyrule Castle. And 5 rupees for him in the verses. Kirito should really try to get some bombs so you can get the remaining 6 in Hype Cape. But yeah, what Frostbite right now is doing is out of logic. It is a sequence break, but while you're here, why not just do it? You're gonna see some of these ones inverted more often than in the normal category. Kirito just is gonna stay here for a while and farm some bombs. And this is a very fun strat that Frostbite is currently doing. I'm a fan. 2 hits with the the frozen guard, and the chain guard is down. And he's awarded with 10 bombs. At the meantime, we see Ilias doing what you would expect someone to do when they have done AGA 1. The Frostbite is gonna make his way into Dark Cross. Hopefully he will get the key there so he can go all the way to the back. Revis is about to start his AGA 1 fight. And there we have the blue cane inside of K45. Which in this version has been made that so that you can get to. We are now going to see Frostbite 3030 also start to follow what Ilias is currently doing. Race game only has 20 rupees today as well. So what does library have for us today? And there we have the bug net. Okay, cool. And here's one of the things you can do in Inverted. You can just go and get the smith without having to have Titans. That is one thing that is with the Inverted. You might not need a Titans at all. So that is a little bit cool thing with Inverted. And there we have Ravis has defeated AGA 1 as well now. And that was a very quick map check from Ravis. And it looks like Frostbite will not deliver Smith. The kid really loves that we have come for a visit in his time of needs. And Ilias is gonna make his way into Kakariko well. And there we go, Frostbite have the Smith. There we have the Book of Medora. But yeah, right now we have not found really anything. I'm thinking that our runners is gonna have to make their way to desert area and use mirror to get to the Mire area. Or pod. So Kirito has finally been able to make his way up the mountain. And Frostbite is gonna grab the purple cest. But yeah, we are seeing Ilias making his way to Catfish. Yeah, Kirito really wants some help before going down to deliver the old man because those cabbages can be a bit mean. Jumping down a bit early, so one of the cabbages might hit him. And there we have a hookshot for Kirito. And Catfish will only give Ilias some bombs. Yeah, Frostbite now checking out Wheels of Outcast as well with the sex he left for earlier. Gonna get a sick kid check for Ravis. Gonna get a heart container from that. What does Barnumers have for us today? He has red mail, alright. I reckon that Ilius have also picked that one up. Yeah, Ilius gonna make his way back into the light world to be able to go to the dark world. Or not, he's probably done making his way into desert. We're gonna have to see where he goes next. I do like how the red mail sprite looks on Sonic's bunny form. Or it was just, might have just been a little bit of coloring. But I do like what Raves is doing here. Taking the purple cess so that you can knock out two things in one. And yeah, Frostbite 3030 is also doing that. That is some very good planning. Ilias had to walk all the way back to basically Kakariko to be able to pick that one up. So Gary, what do you have today? Today he holds silvers. Alright. We are gonna get an okay Ganon today. And Ravis has to be really careful. He's able to make it to desert, but that does not mean he's safe. There's a lot of enemies here who can punish you if you're not paying attention. And we see a red rupee on the ledge, and we are in Mire, everybody. And it's time for the Mire Shed, as well as... okay, Mystery Mire needs Ether today. Okay, triple bombs in the first chest, and in the second chest we find the red rupee. So it looks like Pod might be our savior today, but we still have one more check. Alright, we can enter Mystery Mire as well. I did not think about that. I was thinking checkboard. And yeah, we have everything to be able to enter it. And Ravis is gonna do a little suicide here so that he can fill up his hearts. You don't want to be on only one heart when going into the next room. You might have a bad time if you try to. Frostbite is using mirror to get rid of the enemies. You can see Ilius also go into Mire. Alright, so Bombos is not required today. And we find a small key in the first chest. So what does the second chest give? You have to be a bit careful here because this hurts you a lot. Ooh, a very nice fairy pickup there for Ravis. That was a bit scary, to say the least. Yeah, Frostbite 3030 now also entering Mire. So we're gonna get the firelock sections first from Ravis. The first firelock test gives him the big key. Alright, that's good. Okay, if that really is how red mail hentai looks like, it looks like a cool color. I have to say. And sorry, that was my. Yeah, Ilias has also made his way now into the firelock section, and Kirito is currently going through Chief Town. And yeah, that was right. The ferry was a stun prize, so that was a very, very well timed stun prize for Ravis. It looks like Ilias is gonna wait with the cutscene test and do the one in the lobby first. And another small key in the lobby. We are starting to run out of items in here. Okay, so cool. We learned that there are some arrows in Shahasla's closet. And another small key there. It is starting to point to there being an item on Victor's. You still have 2 secs left in. And 300 in the big chest. 1 item left in here. And there we have Tidensmiths. That I don't think that unlocks too much, to be honest. We can activate basically the east side of Light Death Mountain, I guess. That is what it gives us. So we're looking at quite the linear seed at the moment. And yeah, Turtle Rock is now also open. That is correct. Gonna have to see what Ilias decides to do. Yeah, Ravis is also running up the mountain now that he has Tidensmiths as well. So one special thing about Turtle Rock in this seed is that there is a lot of way to enter Turtle Rock. We have 3 different entrances to Turtle Rock. They can get into the opening by Laser Bridge, by the big chest, and at the front. So there's a lot of stuff we can do once we start doing those checks. But we are gonna see Ilias going into Paradox Cave. Oh no, he's going up first. He's gonna go up and enter one of the entrances to Turtle Rock. He has the cape, so you can use that to be able to dodge out a few of those deadly lasers. But first we're gonna get the floating island item, which is yet another bottle. So we have currently 3 we found so far. And Ilias is just gonna save and quit. Where is he going then? Okay, he's probably going to the pod area then. They have Tidensmith for Frostbite 3030. And Kirito activating the cape here to have a little bit of an easier blind. And yeah, grabbing also the wall there to make sure that he doesn't lose any magic. Yeah, blind is down for Kirito now as well. And a small key in that first chest on Laser Bridge. And a big key in the second chest. Some bombs in the third. Yeah, Ilius going into pod now. And I miss what that item at the top of Laserbeard's watch. Ah, it was the hammer! That's really, really good for Ravis that he found that. Yeah, Frostbite 3030 is also heading to the east side of east side of Light Death Mountain. And Ilius found a small key in the first section pod, so we are gonna go deeper into the rabbit hole of pod. And yeah, so we have a few items now that is unlocked with that hammer. So we can now do hammer pigs. Because we have Titandsmith and we have the hammer. And another small key in this drop-down chest. So you're gonna get the hint read by Ilias. And might be doing a little sequence break coming up next. So there is some unique items in the sewers. That is good to know. Ravis is now heading to the stroller room. And in that one, he finds another small key. So opening second chest here, Ilias finds another small key. So Pod holding up to his reputation, basically. But yeah, all these keys gives Ilias access to all of the items in the back. You still need one small key to be able to completely finish this pod, because I reckon it's gonna be a small key here in the big key vanilla location. Rave is gonna be a little bit careful. This room is a little bit dangerous when you're all low on health. And we find the flippers actually on that big key location. So that basically means we have access to the Swamp Palace now. That's good. And a small key for Ravis in Lava Cess. However, this will be the last check that Ravis will be able to do at the moment. Yeah, Ravis have to take it careful here. He doesn't want to die now. Ooh, that's really close. He's able to change it to red. That same Swamp guards the chest with his life. We have to use a cape to open it and gives him a big 20. But yeah, that's basically all of the items that Ravis and Frostbite will be able to do in here. So we're on the dark maze of Pod. And we see Kirito now gonna start out Aga 1. What do you reckon, guys? Where are we gonna find the moon pearl? I want to get your guesses in now. Yeah, we have a lot of guesses on hammer pigs, but it's time for a spike cave. Ravis has the red potion and has a cape. He should be able to do this. And we find 50 rupees in the spike cave. And yeah, we have found everything in Chief Town. There is nothing in there. Yeah, Frostbite is also gonna bomb the bottom here. Yeah, Ilias is now making his way to Turtle Rock as well. But yeah, we see Ravis now running to to Hammer Pigs. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's hammer time. Yeah, if it doesn't find anything here, expect Ravis to go to Swamp. And there is the moon pearl inside of Hammer Pigs. Ravis has now access to the mountain, and he is showing his frustration right now. So that means that Frostbite is also gonna get his light world access now as well. But generally looking at, so let's talk a bit about what we can get, what we need to go into go mode. So currently we need the bow, Quake, and Cane of Samaria. Doesn't Travis have already flippers? Those were in Turtle Rock. He should have them. And yeah, we also need a fire rod. That's correct. Alright, flippers were in pod. That is correct. My bad. And yeah, that's also correct. The Ravis should not... Technically, you can get it. You can get it. Because you got the small key from the drop down session. You can just have gone back up there to get that. And we are getting a ped check from Frostbite. Get your height in his hat. Frostbite brings out his translation book and learns that there is house cash on the pedestal. And Ravis is also gonna get his dreams crushed as Kirito heads into Aga 1. We are gonna get Mushroom Spot and the drop down checks from Frostbite and Ravis. On the Mushroom Spot, we have a Piece of Heart. And it looks like Frostbite is gonna check what Lumberjack has for us today. So drop down has 20 rupees and Lumberjack has the flute. The flute might not be required. Is not required really, because we already have access to Maya through the mirror, so we might not need the flute. Yeah, we are probably not gonna see it. Yeah, the only reason we could have needed the flute right now is if our runners would want to be able to get through the dark well a little bit faster. But still, I still don't see a reason to pick it up at this. The Ravis and Frostbite 3030 is taking out Graveyard Ledge. And there we have Kano Somalia. And we are gonna get back of escape now. And Frostbite and Ravis is so synced up at the moment. It almost looks... A small key. There we have Quake Medallion, so and the red boomerang as well. And Ravis is gonna do the Dark Cross, while Frostbite is running up to Sanctuary Cest. A very nice use of the hookshot there from Ravis. Ilias is going through Skullwoods. That Gyarados could have really caused some big trouble on him. But yeah, nothing on the Sanctuary Cest either. And yes, the map down there in Dark Cross. Which means that we have all items accounted for. But we are now gonna get the rest of Kakariko on Frostbite side. So looking at what we need right now, we need a bow, fire rod, and one more sword, and then we go in Gome. Keto running up to Catfish. Or should we say, then we are in no mode. Ilias now also running to Hammer Pigs. Gonna get his Moon Pearl, and very... And there we have Master Sword for Frostbite 3030. One other item ticked off on our list. And we also get Bombos in there, which can be very useful inside of Ice Palace, as we right now have logical access to that one. Time for Chicken Coop for Ravis. And in there he finds another heart container. And yeah, we are starting to get our items quick, which is usually what you see in Inverted. You do tend to have a little bit of drought in the Dark World, but then once you get into the Light World and all of the sects gets unlocked, things start to go fast after that. We are gonna see Ravis now also gonna check the front of escape items. Frostbite 3030 did this one earlier, so he doesn't need to think about it. And it looks like Kyoto is gonna make his way into Pod. But yeah, looking generally at the items that we have and what we can complete. We can complete Swamp Palace, Ice Palace, and yeah, that's it. Those are the two palaces we can complete, as well as Hera. So we have a bunch of crystals we can knock out very quickly soon. Well, Frostbite has Bombos, so he can go in and do that one. The only thing he needs to do is go into Pod to get his flippers. And there we have the boots on the uncle. Very nice one for Frostbite 3030. And let me say, what are those? Imagine now if Bo is in Ice Palace or in a Swamp Palace. That like guarantees you have the double dip pod. And it looks like Frostbite is gonna run up and do the boo checks here up by Graveyard. So you're gonna do King's Tomb and the Bonk Rocks, rather. Kyoto entering is now entering Pod. Gonna get his flippers very, very soon. Ilius is checking the forest, and Ravis is gonna pick up his boos in very shortly. To your question there in the chat about how a tablet can use boots, I'm gonna have to assume that the title that the floating tablet is actually a robot and everything he's holding up is some sort of microchip. So he basically gets an update. He got a speed update. That is at least my assumption of it. But it looks like Frostbite is gonna pick up that flute, which, while it don't need it, it does give you a bit of a nice, quicker way to navigate through Hyrule. So when you pick up the flute, you're gonna first have to go to Kakariko to activate it to be able to use it in the Dark World. So Frostbite picked up his flying microchip now, or his flight update. You had the big key there in that bridge chest there. Looks like Ravis is heading to the Minimoldum Cave. I'm gonna use a bomb for the last Minimoldum. Minimoldum barely dodging that one, getting hit by the other. And Frostbite is going to Desert Palace. That is okay, I quite like that way. You have both the book and you have the boots, so you can clear this. It is a cool thought process. So, Bombos were in Kakariko in Blind Thought. Yeah, that was a bad Minimolon cave. We expected a lot more from it. It is a bit sad now that Ravis is checking these checks here before going to Pod, because he will be able to do all of Lake Hylia checks. Yeah, just a big 20 from Ice Rod Cave as well. We are probably gonna see Ravis said, oh, Ravis is setting up the water walk. I don't know how to explain water walk, so he's just gonna start running on water. He's basically have turned into Jesus. But considering that he is using Sonic Speed and it kind of looks like he's in Supersonic mode because of that red mail. Oh, there we have the next sword. However, Ravis do not want to pick that one up now because he will lose his water walk state there if he would. You have not to wait with that one. So Waterfall Cave gives us nothing. But yeah, it looks like Ilias is gonna do Paradox Cave. And this is a little bit cool way for Ravis. He's gonna go and check Catfish by going this way. So yeah, quite like that route. He just needs to be able to find a spot where he can stand. So Paradox, what do you have for us? And a nice double kill there with the bomb on the mini Mordons. Just money and heart right now. The good boomerang, and some more bombs. So, yeah, nothing really in Paradox. So he has Pyro Cave left. He is setting up the bomb jump. We're gonna see Frostbite taking Agina. So, what does the king of scammers have today for us? Also known as Sora King. He has the fire rod! Oh wow, alright then. That's really, really handy for him. At the same time, we are gonna see Ilias making his way over to Hera. So yeah, we didn't get a life lesson today, and we weren't scammed either, so that's really nice. But first, Ilias is gonna take the Ether before heading into Hera. And yes, some more Couch Catch. We'll not see that one either. And we have also checkable check from Frostbite. Did not find anything there whatsoever. And it looks like Ravis is now also gonna do the light side of Death Mountain. Yeah, Bombas is not required today, but it will make Cozy a little bit easier because you don't have to basically spare your mana efficiency. And there we have Mushroom inside of Hera. So guys, do you want to do a fast quest or maybe do a T-Rock dive? It could be anywhere. Pull out your hair. This is gonna be fun. Maybe it's vanilla, maybe not. And I don't remember any more of that song. So, that is correct. We are right now in bow mode. We only need to know where the bow is, and then we have found all of the items. Thank you so much, Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna. So we find the big key here in the first chest, the first check of Hera. And Ilias is gonna fight now Moldor. And a nice spin speeder for Ravis in the lobby. Yeah, we are seeing Ilias use Hammer here against Moldom. Hammer basically does tempered damage, so only need to hit the tail 3 times and he's dead. And that way you can also skip his enraged phase. But we are gonna see Kirito now heading back into pod to do the bottle glitch. So he's also gonna pick up his flippers very soon. But yeah then guys, then we have the next little bit of game here. Where do you think the bow is? I want you to leave your guesses in the chat. And Frostbite is also gonna activate his water walk. And Balaglis is activated for Kirito. Kirito being very careful here to not bump one of the mix. Yeah, Molom is defeated for Ravis now as well. But yeah, with what we have right now, you can potentially just go mode Swamp Palace if Bow isn't there. And we have some very nice guesses in the chat. We're gonna have to see who of you is right. Frostbite picking up his tempered. And Ilias might be thinking to... No, Ilias is not gonna go into Swamp Palace just yet. A shame. There is a total of 5 checks in there. I would really want to see one of them doing just that check. Ooh, Ravis falling down there, and Ravis is just gonna go in and finish off the Tower Hera. There we go. The Ravis activates a switch, and he is gonna move to the back of Turtle Rock. He's gonna have to use the hammer in this fight. He does not have enough magic to be able to use the fighter sword. And it looks like Frostbite is gonna follow in his footsteps. Yeah, Kirito has now picked up his flippers as well. But the reason right now why we are not seeing any of our runners enter either Ice Palace or Swamp Palace for those guys who have access and can beat it, they basically want to go mode those palaces. And the first phase of Trinex is received, only needs to hit his body a few times with the hammer, and Trinex is down. That will be Ravi's second crystal. And there we have the bow, ladies and gentlemen, from Trinex. We are in no mode. And I did not see anyone in the chat guessing that one. So, fortunately, guys, no one of you won. But yeah, that is very, very good for Ravis. That is gonna put him onto the route of basically Pod and Easton, where he find his flippers, and that is gonna put him in go mode. Okay, then there was someone who said it's gonna be in this vanilla location, and I guess that is kind of Turtle Rock if we're gonna follow that logic. So if anyone said that, congratulations, then you won. I'm not gonna go through the stat though and check that. But yeah, it looks right now it might be Ravis has a bit of advantage here for finding that bow. And there we have all the 6 in Turtle Rock. Ravis didn't need to check them if he had just looked at his inventory and realized, oh, I don't have either map or compass. Looks like Ravis is gonna continue with a few of the Light World Mountain checks. Does not have the flute, so he's gonna have to semi-quit off this. Ilias picks up his boots. And it looks like Kirito might be thinking of entering Swamp Palace, or he's just gonna do the dam. That is also a possibility. Unfortunately, Kirito, you can't check that unless you are in the fake bunny state. And yeah, guys, you are correct. Ilias just need the bow to be in go mode. And he is eventually gonna stumble into Turtle Rock. But the thing is, he might be doing Swamp Palace or Ice Palace before that. So, and that might, because Ravis will be able to just go mode them. So that is gonna be a bit of time investment for Ilias. And looking right now where Ilias is going, he might be going to Swamp. Yeah, those 7 items in Swamp Palace is very tempting right now. Wait, it's not 7 items, it's 5. Oh, if we would count the dam as well, then it's 7 items. And those blue guards is not letting Ravis run. Come on, guys, Sun is gonna run. You can't do that against him. Ravis is gonna go into eastern and Meyer area. And that red guard does not want to let Ravis run either. So 10 arrows, 10 arrows, and 10 arrows in Sasla's closet. That hint before did not lie at all. There was only arrows there. That looked wonderful. Yeah, I really like that hint right now that we saw earlier. Yeah, Rave is now going into Eastern. There are 3 items in here, which is probably why he's going in here now. So he's gonna do Eastern, then he's gonna do Pardon. And once he goes into Pod, he's gonna find his flippers. But yeah, Ravis also needs to find another sword as well before he is in go mode. That is correct. But yeah, Mushroom wasn't anything either. We are gonna see Frostbite stack up on some resources. Oh, I really wanted to see some fake powder, but we're not gonna see that from Frostbite today. So, one of the swords was on Lake Hylia Island, and the other, trying to remember here, if I'm not mistaken, it was in Hookshot Cave. Oh right, Blight hideout backsack. That means that we have found all of the swords today. I did not even realize. Some really nice hint there about Swamp Palace. And that was a Sanctuary heart piece inside of EP Big Chest. That is the only heart container that is gonna full heal you. That one did get some special coding because you technically, in the game slot, you just finished a palace. Yeah, Frostbite is doing the thing. He's gonna get the fire rod. Frostbite, do the thing! And we have Compass in the big zest vanilla location. So that means that there is probably an item on Almost then. Yeah, we have Argus for Ilius. Has Master Sword, has Ice Rod and Fire Rod. This fight is gonna be quick. So setting up the quick kill here. Did not get it. Was a little bit too close to the wall. He's just gonna rely on some spins instead. And there we go, Argus is down. The second crystal for Ilius. And there we have the Master Shovel from Armos. So basically what Kirito needs to do, he needs to go to Turtle Rock to get his hammer so that he can go through the light world to hammer pigs. That is right now what he needs to do. And yeah, you also need Titans before that. So Ravis is gonna fetch Kiki and enter Pod. We're gonna get also the left side of Swamp Palace check from Ilias. We already know that there is not anything of interest over in that side. And Frostbite is fighting Trinex. He's gonna pick up his bow in just a short minute. Has tempered, so this is gonna be a very quick second fight here. And there he goes. Trinex is down, and Frostbite wood, a very new fancy plastic bow. And that was the second crystal for Frostbite as well. And yeah, Ravis is now in Rock. He's gonna find his flippers soon. Hopefully he doesn't leave that cess behind. And it looks like Kirito is struggling to know where to go next. And looking in the race chat, we right now only have one forfeit. Not gonna mention who it is yet though, but yeah, generally just looking, this is quite a linear seed if you think about it. Well, maybe not linear, but what someone else call it, a scheduled flight. Yeah, Ilias is now gonna go up and check pedestal as well. Gonna get his hopes and dreams crushed in just a short seconds. Yeah, we see now Frostbite also in Eastern. So he is soon gonna head to Pod as well and get his flipper. And it looks like Ilias might be thinking about Skull Woods right now. Wait, didn't Revis not go and picked up his flippers? Please tell me that he's not leaving after defeating the boss. Hopefully, after he has defeated Helmaso, he's going back in. So I have a question here set why Kirito is so far behind. That is because he has not really figured out where to go as to directly after Aga. That is really the reason why. And Helmasaur is down for Ravis. He picks up his fifth crystal. Oh, sorry, fourth crystal. Yeah, at the current moment, Kyoto is a little bit lost. What he needs to do is that he needs to run all the way down to the desert and use the mirror there to get into Meyer. Here you go, Ilias just had his hope and dreams crushed. So, the flute works in the dark world, but you're gonna have to activate it in the light world. Just to further inconvenience you. Yeah, Ravi is gonna check the back of pod first before hopefully heading to the front to check that last remaining cess. He's gonna get all of the keys back here for that one as well, so it's fine. But that we are seeing all of these people going through and checking basically what we have already seen from the other runners. I'm gonna give a shout out to our trackers today. It's Fatty Boy 300 and Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna. They are right now doing an amazing job, especially Fatty Boy, who have been with me from the start. Had to do some quad tracking in the beginning, which is quite tough. And also big shout out to Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna, who have joined us to help out with the tracking. Frostbite picked up his 4th crystal. And good, Ravis has not forget about the flippers. He is gonna get them very, very shortly. And it's gonna be our first runner into go mode. So, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 35 seconds, Ravis is in go mode! Forks mode, sorry. How is he not in go mode, actually? He doesn't have a sword yet. He's gonna pick up one soon, though. Yeah, he knows about second sword, so he is in go mode. He have seen it. Which is the reason why he's running down here in the light world. Okay, so now he's in as you guys say, go mode. I'm not gonna do my spiel again. Yeah, Kirito now entering Ice Palace to read that first hint. And it gives us a hint about Tower of Hera. And Ilias is gonna pick up his bow also in a short moment, so he's gonna be in go mode as well. Yeah, they have go mode for Ilias as well. At 1:59. 1:59:59. No, 1:19:51. But yeah, guys, you're right. The very quiet double dip of Turtle Rock. That is evil. And Ravis is setting up the bomb jump in Ice Palace. And using the spin strat to set it up. Was not unable though to get the second pixel quick enough. There we go, that looks better. And Ilias buying a blue potion. So he has his resources ready. And he's gonna follow Ravis' footstep and enter Ice Palace as well. Oh, Ravis got a really cool swag strat here in Ice Palace. That one looks so. But yeah, guys, send your regards to Kirito. He's doing everything he can. Yeah, guys, it's time for Cold Stare for Ravis. Gonna have to be careful with those fire rod shots. I hope he has a blue potion just in case he missed one of them. Was able to get all of the hits. He's gonna switch out to the hammer and whack the ice a bit. And needs to be careful. Have taken a lot of damage so far. One of the puffs is down. Ilius is setting up his bomb jump in Ice Palace. The second puff is down for Ravis. And the third puff is down. Cold Stare is defeated. And Ravis is picking up his 5th crystal. And it looks like Ravis is gonna do Skullwoods next and do Swamp Palace last. It is understandable considering the location of Swamp Palace. After you have finished Swamp Palace, you just need to run up to the good old higher castle to get to Gan's Tower. So in a few seconds, Frostbite is also gonna be in go mode. It is really hard to know where to mirror here because you don't normally have to mirror here. Yeah, 2 of the puffs is down for Ilius. That is the 3rd puff down. And Ilius has his 5th crystal. Oh, sorry, 4th. No, 5th crystal. It is a head-to-head here between Ravis and the Ilius. I'm expecting it will be a victory between any of them. But yeah, Frostbite is now also in go mode, but he has 4th crystal. He has 1 palace behind Ravis and Ilius at this current moment. And Ravis is gonna use his hammer against Moth. And Muff is down. That is 6 crystal for Ravis. And we are gonna see Frostbite not checking any cest in here. You can have some super speed for Ilius here in the eastern area to get up to Eastern Palace quicker. And Ravis is gunning to Swamp Palace right now. And Ilius finds the big key in the first cest. That means that Ethan is gonna go by so quick for him. And a nice dash there to kill off the enemies the quickest possible. And a nice full heal there for Ilius because of that Sanctuary Heart container. And that is codes there for Frostbite. He has his 5th crystal. And we have almost night for Ilius, and he's gone. That is the 6th crystal for Ilius. Yeah, we have a very nice race here between Ravis and Ilius. It might be whoever finds the big key first inside of Ganon's tower that is gonna determine who is the winner today. And it looks like Kirito is finally making the play to Meyer area. Go, Kirito, go! He's gonna use the mirror to get away the enemies. Nice game knowledge there. And Frostbite is gonna do Swamp Palace next. Don't get me wrong here, Seth. This is very good for Kirito that happened because he needs to learn about. You need to learn about this kind of sex eventually. So it's really good for him to experience this. Yeah, the first phase of Argus is down. Ravis is gonna use the silver arrows. The second phase of Argus is down. He has his 7th crystal. And now, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, where in GT do we have the big key? Yeah, guess your numbers 1 to 22. If you win, you might get a little bit of present from me. And it's gonna be very quick as well, so make sure you get your guesses in super duper quick. Yeah, we have a save and quit there from Ravis to get up to just outside GT. And you can't guess anymore. Hope you got your guesses in. So we are gonna get the left side first for Ravis. And number 1 is a small key, and Bob is dead. So we're gonna get number 2 to 5 here, and Ilias has now also got his 7th crystal. And there's a lot of key here on the left side, and there is the big key, incest number 4. And looking at the chat, we have no one who guessed number 4. The closest was Big Yays. Congratulations, you win and year supply of inverted seeds. Congratulations. To claim your prize, just head over to the Legend Seller, a link to a past randomizer website. Note, this prize basically is what everyone else can get, so don't feel anything special. Please note that the seeds might vary in difficulty. And yeah, we are seeing Ilias is doing the same round, so he's also gonna pick up the big key here. This is a tight race between Ravis and Ilias. This is just what I wanted to see. Yeah, they have the big key for Ilias, and he is starting his gauntlets as well. And yeah, I actually quite like this, because if it would have been Frostbite instead of either Ilias or Ravis here, then this head here in the gauntlet here would have not been as close. So the fact that we are getting 2 runners who both have Master Sword and Silvers, it just makes this whole party more and more interesting. Yeah, using Fire Rod here to quickly disperse of the enemies inside of these ice rooms. And Frostbite is gonna check. No, he's not gonna check pedestal. He is gonna do Skullwoods. Good. I was scared there for a moment. Yeah, Keto has dipped into Misery Mire. And it looks like Ilias is gonna get the safety fairies in here. That is giving Ravis a little bit of a head start. But yeah, anything can happen still. So Ravis is in the torch room, gonna have to switch out to the lamp to be able to do all of them. So you can't use a quick stat with the fire rods here. And a nice sprint there. It's gonna go and get the extra magic canister down. And just waiting a bit so you don't despawn the tower. And another nice item dash. And there Frostbite has now his 7th crystal as well, so he is gonna start his GT also very shortly. Ooh, and he's taking a lot of damage from the anti-fairy there. That is perhaps not what he wanted. He's gonna have to be careful when he's fighting against Gan. Yeah, Rave is gonna use the spins against Molom too. That is second, and just need a third one. And there is the third hit on Molom 2. At the same time, Ilias has made his way to the torches. He has enough magic to be able to use the fire rod here, which does speed up this process here just a little bit. And nice use there. He's able to get one fairy before heading into the geometry wizard. Yeah, those down prices really pays out today. They have really played out today. So, the first one is a single. And another single for Ravis. And this is a very nice setup. A double for Ravis. And a double to finish it off. Geometry Wizard is dead. We only have Ganon now left for Ravis, but look at Ilias. He has just defeated Molon 2. He is tight on the heels on Ravis. One Ganon death might be what Ilias needs to catch up to Ravis. And Ravis drops down to Ganon as Ilias starts up his Geometry Wizard fight. A nice double hit there. And a nice first placement for Ganon. And that's a single for Ilias. And Kyoto is now done with Meyer. And the perfect position for Ravis here. But Aga 2 is defeated by Ilias. He is gonna go into the Ganon fight very, very shortly. And yeah, guys, you're right. We got some Siege facts today. Yeah, Ravis using that wall grabbing glitch there. Third phase for Ravis as Ilias drops down into the Ganon fight. Meantime, Frostbite has just finished the first wizard room in the gauntlet. Yeah, from what I remember on the inventory side, Ravis has one blue potion. And we are in the fourth phase for Ganon. And that is the first silver arrow hit for Ravis. And yeah, when you're using muscle, you have to do a spin to be able to suit your silver set in. That is the third silver arrow hit. And that's the fourth. Ravis has defeated Ganon. Get your GDs in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ravis is our first of the restreamer to finish with an official SRL time of 1:39.16, and that earns him a second place in the race. The winner of the day's race was Salty Fry with an official time of 1:38.41. GD to both of those runners. Frostbite is now heading to Aga 2 as well, as Ilias goes into the fourth phase. He's gonna get in one hit there and a very nice quick second hit there. He's able to get it done. And that is the fourth silver arrow hit for Ilias. Give your GDs in chat for Ilias as well. Ilius crosses the bridge and comes in at 3rd place with an official SL time of 1:14:13.
Say something?
And we are joined by Ravish GG.
Hi, GG.
On the scale to cold soup to a very nice marinated beef. How was that?
What was
You-
the
you-
best? That was the
you-
best meat I've ever eaten.
You can tell that I am a bit hungry.
yeah. Oh my god, what a seed. Well, I'm a bit salty because Salty Fry sniped me by around 30 seconds, and my GT or my Gauntlet was not good. I guess that made it.
Yeah, you could have had a little bit quicker gauntlet, and
Definitely.
you could have also had a better Aga too, so you could have definitely won that one.
Yeah, of course I could have, but I was nervous as hell, and I even dot done too late because I forgot to write it into the bar, and then I dot done like 6 seconds late, which is not too much, but that shows how nervous I was.
Yeah, every second counts, and we are now also joined by Ilias. I'm gonna give you the same eulogy. I wanted to rate the seed between a cold soup and a nice marinated steak. How was the seed?
Pretty steak. I
Awesome.
liked it. I like it when those seeds hide them up pretty deep in the logic. And it was fun to play. Though almost every inverted seed is fun to play to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an interesting seed, absolutely. So, what was your... What? Is it Ilias?
What were my thoughts?
Yeah.
I was a bit derpy in this run, I must say. For example, I went up the mountain looking for the Moon Pearl, and then I forgot what I actually wanted to do up there. I actually wanted to go to Laser Bridge, and I went to Pot instead, and it was totally useless, except finding the flippers, but they didn't do much.
As Linlin said in chat, those flippers were actually bow locked.
Yeah.
Two small keys on the right side always means Vanilla Big Key Chest, Dark Maze, and the Hellway is bow locked.
Yeah, I forgot about that, and full cleared Swamp Palace. I'm glad I did not full clear Ice Palace.
But yeah, guys, one quick thing here. Give it up for GG's in the set for Frostbite 30 as he finished 4th place in the race with an official SL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes and 35 seconds. But yeah, continue, Ilias, with what you were saying.
I was just saying that I haven't played this mode in a while, unfortunately, because not too many people are playing it. And
it's a shame. I really like this mode.
Yeah.
It can be a bit tough sometimes, as you can see, like as Ilus said, it's deep in the logic, and just a big shout outs to the stun prize that saved my butt a couple of times.
What was the stun prize?
Fairy. There was a fairy.
But yeah, we are joined by Frostbite in the set, and I also have the unfortunate news that Kirito has forfeited.
GG Frostbite.
GG's, guys. That feel when you lose because you died 3 times to the murder bird in a row right at the start of the game.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, honestly, it's 100% because I was using this stupid sprite, and it's smaller than the sprite I normally use, so like the visual lineup I normally would use to do that was wrong, and I kept throwing the thing a little bit too early and missing the bird. So yeah, other than that, honestly, like I'm kind of joking, but if you take those 3 deaths and then the time I accidentally fluted on Death Mountain when I thought I had the hookshot out and was trying to set up hook speed, like that's probably like almost 4 minutes maybe right there, and I didn't lose by much more than that, and I felt I read the seed pretty well, and yeah, basically other than a few overworld checks that were cautious, it was a pretty I don't know, the Moon Pro was a little trolly, I guess, but I felt like it told you exactly where you had to go every step of the way. I mean, I kept thinking I was going to find it, but you just kept finding the next thing. And Honestly, the only thing I regret checking is the Village of Outcasts in the front of Thieves Town. I was so sure there was nothing there, and there wasn't. I regret sort of that 4 minute or whatever it took to check all that after I'd already done Aga. And then yeah, other than that, the deaths were ugly, but I felt I played okay because this sprite is not great, and yeah, it was a pretty, I don't know, pretty easy seed, all things considered.
Yeah, and we are joined by Kirito as well. How are you feeling?
Sorry, my headphones like to mess about right now.
Yeah,
Right,
we can hear that. But yeah, how are you feeling?
Considering that I could not find the pearl, the moon pearl.
Okay, so if you look at current equipment, you can do one thing. You can go to Turtle Rock laser bridge, which is where the hammer was, and the moon pearl was then at Pegs.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah.
Typical inverted thing, I guess.
Inverted
Yeah.
logic is not easy to get used to, and I almost forgot too that you can go to Turtle Rock.
Considering that this is my first inverted seed, so I've seen people play it, so I actually forgot about that detail.
I feel sorry for you when I hear this is your first inverted seed. I hope it's not going to bring you away from inverted, because it's usually pretty much fun.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, concerning it's been a long while since I actually played LTTP. It's like about a month since I played LTTP daily.
Yeah, absolutely. There is some things you have to get used to, like how the mirror locations are a bit changed, and just what the big rabbit hole and how linear an inverted seed can suddenly turn into. But yeah, good job from you either way. Yeah, it was very good for your first try at inverted, as you said.
Yeah, GG. I'm just curious for the rest of you. What was your go mode? Was it bow or was it flippers?
Flippers for me.
Both for me.
Found flippers in pod dark room.
Yeah, and according to the logic, because there were two small keys on the bow lock side, the flippers were bow locked.
Yep, I forgot about that.
I just never even went to pod till I already had the bow.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, I might have not have done
But
that as well. But
what did you guys think about that bow location?
Classic.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was pretty nice because it could have been in a lot worse spots. I mean, I was worried about pod because pod was open as soon as you did Aga, and I kind of just made the choice that I was going to keep diving down the rabbit hole of items I was finding, not going over to that side. So I was sort of a little disappointed that the flippers were where they were. Actually, I was hoping they were going to be maybe a little trollier, but I felt the bow. I mean, it's something you got to do, right? It could have been, on Land Mollusk if there was an item there or something like that. I mean, that book is, I should know better. Whenever you find the book in inverted and Desert Palace is not a crystal, the book is always a huge troll item that leads you to nothing.
So basically, you had to go to Zora to get your fire rod, to get your bow, to get your flippers. That's what the logic says. So I did Eastern before pod, and I saw the shovel on Armors, and I was like, dang, that's got to be the flippers. That would be the best case. And then I saw, okay, there's probably one item in the front of pod, and I skipped that chest for a long time. And I wanted to check it after finishing Helma at the first. But I said, no, let's go to the back first. More Bolok stuff right there, and then I checked it late. So if I go there early, I'm probably winning, like saving 1 or 2 minutes there, but okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I think it's absolutely the wrong decision to check that chest when you go back in right away, because the compass and the map were both missing still, and there was 4 items, and I'm willing to take the chance that one that is either the compass or the map, or even a 5th key, which it could have been as well. So.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely.
But it was go mode, of course, like always. I mean.
So Frost, where did you find tempered?
I sequence broke it off the floating island, off of Hylia Island.
So we found
I
we
think
found
that is
all of the
map.
swords. We found
Oh.
all of the swords. Did we actually do? There were one in Blindsat, there was one Lake Hyla Island, one in Hookshot, and then of course the first one you found in the Dark World.
Wait, Blinds hideout?
Blindside?
Yeah, it was in the behind the bomb. Was it not?
Yeah.
Wait, I skipped that? Really?
Yes,
no
you
way.
did.
Did you
What?
mirror?
Your sword was
The
over
same
in
vibe.
No way!
I
I skipped
accidentally
that.
skipped that.
Did you
No
guys?
way! I skipped that.
So did you guys
Oh
go in there
my
with the
God.
mirror in the like? Did you bunny break that?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I did bunny break
Wait,
the
what?
well, but I was
Oh.
remembering to go back into the well, but apparently I forgot to go back to Blindside.
I just read in chat. I didn't do Blind's hideout because I went into the well, and then I found the book, and I wanted to go to pad, check pad, go above to back of escape and stuff, and come back to CAC, and I simply forgot to check it on the way back. I can't even believe I forgot 5 items right there. Like if there's something behind there, behind those 5 items, I'm screwed. I marked that off my tracker. Oh my god.
Well, I am gonna say one thing. Thank that you didn't do it because it turned into a very good race at the end between you and Ilius.
Man, that would have been tempered.
Yep, and
Can't
that would, have,
believe it.
that would have probably get the first place as well.
Yeah. Like I mean, the other sword on Lake Hylia Island was pretty much on the way. What was the 4th sword? Sorry, I didn't.
Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, I saw. That's the first we got, right? We had to get that. For
Yeah,
Aggro.
Hookshot Cave was
That
the
was the
longest
first one
one.
I got.
Yeah.
You're right.
There gotta be
The,
one more.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been in Ganon's Tower. I didn't check much of that. or
Yeah,
anything.
I guess.
Oh,
The
okay.
I regret actually getting the sword on Hylia Island because it cost me a ton of time. Because if that had have been anything else, like a non-item, I would have gotten the fire rod
That's
40
what was
minutes
my
earlier
concern.
than I did.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
and
what's my
you
concern.
You were also the only one of our runners to actually pick up the flute.
Yeah, I found it so quickly. I figured I'm sure it saved me time over the course of the run. Given, I mean, I had it by 45 minutes or something like that. I had no crystals yet. I still had to go to Eastern. I mean, maybe having the flute leads me to Desert a little earlier, and maybe I wouldn't even have gone there at all if I didn't get it. But I'm not mad about that.
Where was the flute?
It was on Lumberjack.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't bother picking that up because it was not worth by the time I could do it.
Yeah, you guys got the boots pretty quickly, so you didn't technically need the flute.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I didn't need it. I got it because I figured it would save me time over save quitting and going to the mountain and all these other, like going to pod and all this stuff. So I'm sure it saved me time because I found the boots and basically went right away and got it. And I hadn't really been in any dungeons yet other than finding the Moon Crow.
Yeah.
Seeing
But
that,
yeah, guys,
that
any
sword,
last
man.
thoughts?
Yeah, don't die to the stupid murder birds. Like, I had the ice rod. It was so stupid. I'm so frustrated with myself because it not only did that start off poorly, but then I'm irritated for the first 40 minutes or so of the run, and that's never a fun way to start. So use your items when they give them to you early. Know your damage tables.
I actually used the
And
to kill the bird. They mostly look like Aerodactyls, considering.
And GG's to Salty who won, and Illis and Ray, of course. And Kirito, first inverted. You can't get that Dark World access in Blind or in Hype Cave. You got to get Dark World access 5 hours after you do Aga.
I guess it's Light World access.
Yeah, I know, but I always get that mixed up. Anyways, thanks, Angles. I'm going to hop out, and GG's to everybody.
GG, Frostbite.
GG.
Getting those for commentating and our trackers.
Yep. That's what I always want to say, because I really appreciate it. And also, please give us more inverted dailies, so I have more opportunities to play inverted and not derp so hard like I did in this one. But yeah, it was tons of fun, and I hope to see more of those dailies. So GG and thanks.
Yeah, I can say this basically the same. Thank you for everyone making this happen. It was a fun seed. Thank you, Angels, for even solo commentating, not giving up, even if you don't have anyone besides you. And see you soon.
It is because I really like commentary. But yeah, thanks so much to the runners for putting up an amazing show. Currently, right now, we have had 7 people who have finished the seed. And looking at the schedule, coming up next on Speed Gaming at the hour sharp, also in about 2 to 1 minutes, it is the Kirby Nightmare Dreamland N% tournament between Cobral and Funky Cat 229. Coming out later at 6 p.m. on this channel. We have the Super Metroid Dab. And there are some other Final Fantasy matches also happening today, as well as Magic the Gathering Arena as well. So make sure to check out the schedule for when all of those is happening. Thanks so much to the trackers, Fatty Boy 300 and Mr. Scruffy Ninja Tuna for doing the tracking. My name has been Angels, and we are signing out. Bye bye, guys.